January 2024 is officially 6 weeks away, and I don't know if you know, but that means it leaves us with two choices. Number one, you can either wait until the 1st of January to start becoming your best self, going to the gym, eating healthy, and so on and so forth. When the gym is going to be 100% fully packed, full of people, or you can start today. You can decide who you want to be, what your vision is for you in 6 weeks or you in 6 months, and try to go for it now, which would mean that the 1st of January would be day 42 instead of day 1. And that also means that you would be ahead of everyone and that you are not placing a random date as your starting point and at the sign of success either. Imagine just 42 days of progress instead of excuses. That could go such a long way. Even if you see that like in 2 weeks or in 4 weeks, starting before the 1st of January would still get you ahead. And I assume that if you're here, it means that you are going to take the right choice of trying to level up now, trying to go through that glow up right now. You're just trying to figure out the steps. Congratulations, we are on the same journey. So let's see exactly how you can level up in 6 weeks and what is my actual strategy to make it all stick and have a sustainable glow up over 6 weeks kind of thing, and then just lose all my progress. So I'm going to share with you how to glow up physically, but also mentally, right? Because at the end of the day, if you don't feel good inside, it's not going to feel good outside either.
Alright, so let's get straight into how to level up in 6 weeks and become the best version of yourself before 2024. So, first of all, what does it mean? What does it mean to level up? What does it mean to glow up? What does it mean to become the best version of yourself? Those are all terms coming from the social media sphere and basically mean showing up as the dream, ideal version of yourself that you have you for yourself. It means taking care of yourself physically and mentally and start feeling better again, physically and mentally, thanks to these improvements that you are making. But obviously, if you're here, it's because the main question is how the heck do I do that? And more specifically, how do I make it sustainable? How do I make this glow up a long term thing and not a 6 week program? That's what we're going to see. So, first thing first, I want you to start with a clear vision. If you don't know who you want to become, how can you figure out the steps to get there? And by that, I don't mean you have to have the whole staircase in front of you. You have to know exactly what you have to do. No, you have to have that vision. All right, that's something you have to have. And then you have to at least figure out the first step. Usually it's not hard, you know what you're supposed to do. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out there as well. You don't need to have the whole plan figured out. You just want to know exactly what you're going to do next to get closer to that goal. But as I said, the first step is being crystal clear on who you want to become. So write everything down. Create the script, if you will, for your dream life and your dream self. So who are you? What do you do in the morning? What do you do at night? What your routines look like? How many times do you work out? What do you eat? How do you talk? How do you treat people? How do you treat yourself? What does your skincare routine looks like? What do you wear? What's your career like? What's your relationship like? All of this you want to have like as specific as possible. This is going to be your long-term vision, and I really suggest that you create a mood board on Pinterest or a screensaver on your phone, a computer with all these pictures, just so you can look at it daily and stay motivated to get there and know that you have that vision and you're like, okay, this is what I want, and now all I have to do is figure out how I get there. And slowly, you're going to get there. I absolutely do not believe in trying to do a complete 180 and go from wherever you are right now to the dream version of you, especially if it's kind of far from each other immediately. You can't do that. And this is the best formula to actually get overwhelmed and burnt out and feel like this version of you that you're dreaming of is just unattainable and quit. It is not unattainable. It's just, it could be far away. And that only means that you have to take slower steps, right? Okay, so another crucial time, right as you're talking about your vision, is to write down your whys. You don't want to skip this part, even if you feel like, oh, well, I kind of know why I want to do that, right? It's to feel better and feel happier and feel like my best self, feel more confident, whatever. No, you want to hold on to your whys, and because this is what is going to help you through the tough moments, okay? It's what is going to help you go for workout or things like that, because leveling up is not that easy. It's going to be uncomfortable, and you want to have a good set of reasons that will help you throughout these uncomfortable moments. So why you want to become that best version of you, find as many reasons as possible. Maybe it's to inspire others, maybe it's to be healthy for your kids, maybe it's because you want to feel better, you want to feel more confident, or because you used to and you really want to get back to yourself. You just really have to have that vision down and those reason downs as well. Then once you have it all figured out, pick the most 2 to 3 aspect that you feel you could incorporate in your life right now. So maybe it's going to be working out, maybe it's going to be eating healthier, maybe it's going to be fixing your sleep schedule, maybe it's going to be I don't know, studying something or whatever. You'll just, I think you will know what will have the biggest impact and what you could do now. Yeah, I didn't change any of the pictures, did I? Okay, so leveling up starts with an identity change. What I mean by that is it's not you have to do this, you have to work out, you have to study. No, you are a person who works out 3 times per week. You are a person who studies every day. You are a person who does that. You are a person who does and follow through the things she said she would do. So reaffirm this, write it down. Again, that's great to write things down and keep showing up and keep proving yourself that this is truly who you are. Every time you go for a run, for example, you're like, yes, I am someone who runs. I am a runner. Every time you work out, yes, I am someone who enjoys going to the gym. I am someone who works out. I'm someone who takes care of their body. Find more and more proofs with the actions that you're going to be taking for the next 6 weeks. And slowly, not even slowly, it's going to reprogram your brain. You are going to believe that, okay, this is the type of person I am. And whatever changes you are implementing is going to be a part of you, is going to be fully integrated in your brain before 2024 hits. Also, another important thing is you should fix your mental health too. I think you've seen that. We've seen the Twitter thing about like you can work out all you want and eat your veggies, but if you don't fix the shit that's in your head, you're not glowed up, you're not healthy. This is so true. If you feel like internally terrible about yourself, terrible about the process, and if you do all of this out of hate, and if you will feel like you're on the verge of a mental breakdown due to stress and anxiety and what else, then this is not a glow up. This is not a glow down, but this is kind of a glow sideways. Like you just trying to improve stuff at the surface, but you're not going to be able to sustain that long term because right here it's not going well. My strategy for that is to journal. That's something I found for myself that really works out. So I have a paper version, but I feel like when I have things to write, like on the moment, if I feel a big emotion like anger, I like to type it because I'm faster typing it on my computer. So I'm just gonna be like super quickly and just like all my thoughts. It's easier to get them when I'm typing than writing, which is a bit slower because I still want to have, nice handwriting, shit like that. But yeah, write down what's going on, write down how you're feeling and maybe what you could do to feel better. Um, and actions you could do to turn the situation around. Maybe you're anxious, so write it down. Be like, okay, so this is making me anxious. What can I do? Should I let it go because it doesn't matter, or is it because I'm not taking action? Write it down. I also have journaling prompts like writing things I'm grateful for. This is something I like doing. I would say every day, but this is not a habit I have. The 3 minute, 5 minute journal. That's a great thing to have because you have to write like things you're grateful for, and it really helps. You could also write things that you love about yourself and look for journaling prompts online, truly, because you will pick the one that actually stands out to you and be like, that's something I need to figure out now. And you'll feel much better after journaling. Other ways you could I don't like the fact that I titled it "Fix Your Mental Health." It's more, I don't know, just heal your, yeah, to heal yourself and focus on your mental health and prioritize your needs. So meditating is a huge one. Yesterday I decided to meditate at night, and I was like, oh, I haven't done that in months, and I was like, oh, I forgot how great that feels. Like, it's okay if I did it for like 45-second max. I was like, okay. I used to like that. I still like it. Still works great. I don't need to do more than 1 minute if I don't like it. If it gets too long, I know I'll get some benefits out of doing it every day and showing up every day. Another thing you can do, using self-love affirmations, either writing them down every day or listening to them, like recording yourself and then listening to them. There are many ways, or having them on your mirror or on your phone like screen, whatever helps. But I feel like using affirmations, especially self-love affirmations, even if you don't believe them at first, the more you repeat, the more you repeat them, like, this is how passionate I am about this. But yeah, the more you repeat them, the more it's going to be ingrained in your brain, and you're going to be like, oh, I'm starting to believe that actually. Protect your peace, set boundaries, say no, unfollow people who don't make you feel good, block people who don't make you feel good. This is really also crucial to do when you're trying to glow up, is to realize that not everyone will be there when you're glowed up, and that's okay. Like, if you're here right now and you want to level up right here, it's not going to be the same people around you, and that is very much okay. So set boundaries and protect your peace. And of course, you can always go see a therapist, which is something I am going to do as soon as I move out and find a new place, because that's something, there's a lot of things I need to talk about. Anyways, okay, so now we're down to business. We are starting to fix and like to have that vision, and we're fixing your mindset. This is not the way I want to phrase it, but you get the idea. Now we want to create a routine. And this is one of my favorite part, because I'm a huge habit girl. I've read so many books about habits and in self-development. I love it. I have the Power of Habits, the 5 a.m. Club. Um, yeah, and there is another one. I've read so many of them. And the first thing to do is to be aware of your current routines and your current habits. And again, the best way to do that is to just write it down over a few days. So for example, you're like, okay, today I'm going to track exactly what I do this morning. Maybe it's going to be wake up at 7:55 a.m., scroll my phone for 10 minutes, then I'm going to have a breakfast, and then I'm brushing my teeth, and then I'm getting ready for the day. Whatever it is, just write down, have timestamps if that's helpful to you, and figure out exactly how your day go, all the way from morning to going to bed and turning the light off, right? Um, and yeah, you want to write down exactly how it goes. Then, using the habit loop, which is again something I've learned in one of these self-development book, and it's amazing. So the way habits are created, it starts with a cue, then you've got a craving, then you've got the routine, which is the actual action, and then the rewards. The craving is you're craving a reward. So the two things you can actually work on when you're trying to create new habits or fix your old habits that you don't like and you want to change, because you can't break them, you have to change them and switch it for something else. For example, scrolling at night can become reading, okay? Because you have that cue, and maybe your cue is like 10 p.m. Okay, that's the time I go to bed, whatever. That's the time I go to bed. 10 p.m. Okay, instead of scrolling on my phone, which is something I used to do, especially like this summer, I decided, I think it was 2 months ago, I was like, okay, I'm going to turn off my phone, because because that's not good for me to, like, I was seeing how terrible my sleep felt. And instead, I'm going to read. So you are basically at the same place at the same time doing a different habit. And the fact that you are doing something else and improving, and you're getting all the benefits because you're learning something, and it feels better to fall asleep when you're reading than when you've been highly stimulated scrolling on Instagram or TikTok, is the reward. Okay, so you want to figure out the cue. For me, was getting in bed at 10 p.m. after I was ready to go to bed, and the reward was I'm actually doing something that is good for me and that I actually do enjoy. So that's the way. Pick 1 to 3 habits that you would like to get rid of from your current routine, and try to see how you can replace them for better routines, better habits. It's all subjective, obviously. But the point is, you have to know what is the cue and what is the reward for your old routines, for your old habits. Write that down and then write exactly what cue and what reward is going to be for the new habit. Maybe it's going to be, again, a time. Maybe it's going to be, okay, so I am going to prepare my workout clothes, and as soon as I get back home from work, I will see them because I'm going to set them here, and it's going to be my cue to go, and the reward will be that I get to take a hot shower when I come back home. Whatever it may be for you, that's just kind of the idea of how to do it. And you want to do that for all 1 to 3 habits. Don't go crazy, don't do too much, no need to rush. You are already 6 weeks ahead from all the people who are going to do it like the 1st of January. So step by step, it's going to take some time. It's fine. Do habit by habit if you must. And really, 1 to 3 habits is perfect until you feel that you are like, okay, I've got this. And then you can add another habit to your routine, like you can switch another habit. That's kind of how I work. Yeah, basically start small and then build up on your successes. Hopefully, I think you've noticed that I kept telling you, okay, you want to go slowly in your transformation, take it step by step, do not overwhelm yourself, because I have been that person who was like going from waking up at 10 a.m. in the morning and scrolling till 2 to waking up at like 4 a.m. Like, I have done the opposite in one go, and it didn't turn out well because I was exhausted, because it took some time for my body to adjust, and that was a time, like, it takes longer for my body to adjust than the time I was actually able to keep on with that strategy. And now I wake up at 7:30 every morning, 7 to 7:30 every morning, and I'm really proud of myself. And one day maybe I'll move on to 5 a.m., who knows? But right now I'm happy to just enjoy the fact that I'm waking up earlier and have fixed my sleep schedule. And yeah, there is a reason why I'm saying go slowly, because when you're trying to improve everything at the same time, you will end up overwhelmed. I can say it. I've been there. I've done that. And it potentially can set you back, because you are just going to stop and start, or just quit altogether and never try again, because, as I said, it's unrealistic to be the person I want to become. It's unattainable. It's not for me. When all you need to do is just make small improvements and then keep on showing up and build from that. So, as I said, another way I did that is not trying to do all the healthy habits for your glow up and to become that girl that you see online. I was like, what's the most important? What could have the biggest impact on me right now? And it was having a workout routine. And I was like, yeah, okay, so I'm going to focus on just that. I'm going to focus on just showing up and going to the gym 3 times per week. And that's everything. And that's it. And that's all I did. And then once it became easy, I was like, I could add some cardio to that because I like running, so why not? And once it's felt easy, and I'm saying it took like 3 to 4 weeks to get easy, okay? It takes a while, and that's okay. That's how our body works. And if you show your body that you're not doing it like 180, that you are not overwhelming yourself, you're like, okay, body, this is something that I'm going to be doing as a lifestyle, so it is safe to change. Like, it is safe to start like losing the fat, because this is not a quick fix when I'm going to torture you into going to the gym for hours and then not eat. No, I am doing it slowly because this is a lifestyle improvement. So yeah, slow and steady wins the race. And that's gonna look ugly. That's okay. Create your reward system. This is one of my favorite part, actually. I love habits, but I so love reward system because of how well it works. It can be really effective when you have, like, when you're trying to get that initial motivation going, or when you feel it that it's slightly going down. So usually after 2 weeks, you're like, okay, I kind of know, like, I've done it, but the motivation is kind of running out, and now I don't know what to do, and I don't know how to motivate myself to keep going. Reward system. Trust me. So every time you perform the habit that you are feeling is kind of challenging and you don't really want to do it, it's not part of your current habit system yet, you either put like from $1 to $5 in a jar. And for me, it was a virtual jar. Like, it was on my phone, on my notes app. Every day I would write the date and be like, workout, like $2, something like that. And once you have accumulated enough money, you get to buy stuff from your wish list, which would preferably be associated with your new self. For example, I got new running shoes, I got new workout clothes, I got new nails, I went to the hairdresser. You know, it's so cool because you get to buy yourself, and I mean, go math, I guess it's basically free, okay? Because you worked for it. I don't know, it felt free. It felt like a present from myself to myself, but still. And this really works because you upgrade two things at the same time. You're upgrading internally because you're making changes in what you do and how you think in your routine, and practicing being your best self. And at the same time, you are upgrading your external reality because you get to buy stuff that your next self, that your best self, that girl would have, and you upgrade your lifestyle, and that is really cool. All right, to finish it off, I wanted to show you some things that I would be focusing on because, of course, I'm also on this 6 weeks journey with you guys. So like I said, I started with working out and I slowly built it to 5 to 6 times per week. I'm not playing loose, but I'm happy as long as I do 2 runs and 2 weightlifting sessions, and then I go for 1 long walk. Like, this is the basic I do, and that's what makes me happy. And I'm making progress, but I'm not overworking myself. And I'm also currently following the 75-25 approach when it comes to my diet. So I'm eating mostly healthy, but I will still have some more fun, less nutrient dense food throughout the day, throughout the week. And I'm currently on a cut. Maybe winter is not the best time. Like, fall may not be the best time for a cut, but still. So yeah, these two things have been in check for like a few weeks now. But there are a few things I would like to improve. So this is what I'm going to be working on for the next 6 weeks. First, taking my supplements. I keep forgetting them. Like, I don't see them. I need to find a smart place to set them so I have my visual cue. And when I wake up, I'm like, oh, okay, I see it. That's right here. But the thing is, one of them I have to take while I'm eating. The other one is I think early morning, and the other one is late at night, like before you go to bed. So it's kind of difficult to figure out. Like, I don't know. I'm figuring this out. I'm probably going to set a reminder on my phone that way I will know. But that's what I will be working on. The other thing is not skipping my skincare at night, which I tend to do. I know it's not good. I don't do it every night, but sometimes I'm like, ugh, it's fine. I didn't go out today, or I skip it. So I'm going to work on being more disciplined with that. And the last thing is taking breaks throughout the day to move and stretch a little because I'm working from my computer a lot, which means I don't get a lot of steps in. And it's fall, so I can't really go for walks, which is something I used to do in the summer, right? And anyway, I was a waitress back then, so I clearly had my steps. But yeah, and here are other examples that you could work on. Getting enough sleep, so I recommend between 7.5 hours to 9 hours of sleep. Getting enough water, that's something I clearly have going for me. No adult beverage and no tobacco. That's also an option, or at least reducing it. If whatever habits you want to implement feels too difficult right now, start slowly, start small. Cut cut one day, or cut one, I don't know, cigarette per day. However it works, just try. Don't quit cold turkey. That's what I mean. I don't think this is the way it's going to work. Okay, but yeah. Flossing, body brushing. You can also spend like 30 minutes studying on a subject that interests you every day, or limit your screen time. Just you will know what you're supposed to do anyways. Like, I trust that you will know. You just probably needed that system on how to actually keep that for yourself going. Okay, so there you have it, the process on how to level up in 6 weeks and how to glow up and become the best version of yourself before 2024, which is pretty neat because that means that you're going to be day 42 instead of day 1, and that's pretty cool. And if losing 25 plus pounds of fat in less than 6 months without starving yourself, without giving up on your favorite food, without spending hours on the treadmill, and without gaining it all back after the process is over is something that you are interested in, then I truly invite you to book a call with me below. It's going to be the first link, and we will see if you are the right fit, because I don't work with everybody. and then we'll get you started. And that will again get you 6 weeks ahead to anyone else, and you will enjoy having an empty gym, which is not going to be the case in January, February. Also, if it doesn't work, if you haven't lost the weight in like the 6 months we're working together, the 3 months we're working together, then I will refund you. This is how confident I am that my method works.
That was it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me. So if you liked it, tell me in the comments. If you want to have a specific topic dealt with, tell me in the comments, and obviously subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!